Hey Crushers, Young here, and I'm bringing you a new Crush Them All video. Today's video is a special video highlighting Gladiator, one of my favorite heroes for PvP in Crush Them All. Now, as always, before we get started, if you have any questions or comments after watching this video, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can reach out to me through the official Discord, which you can access through the settings of the game located here in the community section. One of the reasons why we're going to be highlighting Gladiator in today's video is because I have enough magic medals to be able to get him to 7 stars, so I am about to max my Gladiator. I do want to take a quick moment to mention that in an upcoming video, I will be doing an Ask Me Anything, or an AMA, so if you would, leave comments in the section below. Just put AMA and then put the question, that way I know it's, specifically for that. I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. I'm probably not going to get all of them, but I will do my best to be as inclusive as possible. And this is your guys' chance to kind of interact with me a little bit more than normal, find out a little bit more about me and that kind of thing. So I wanted to be able to offer that extension to you. But now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, all I need is 4 magic metals, and I have 13 currently. So there's the first 10, 20, 30, that puts him at 2498. And there it is, everything necessary in order to max him. We'll flip on over to collection, come on over here. You can see currently he's at 43,000 attack, 1.24 million HP, and 13,000 defense. We will now evolve him, taking him up to 7 stars. That puts him at 90.98 thousand, almost 91,000, 2.6 million health, and 27, almost 28,000 defense. I may eventually give him the 7th Awaken, but my more immediate priority for my... Here, let me switch to this other view just to give you guys a different perspective here. My more immediate need is on Sorrow, so that Sorrow will be getting the next Awakened Star. I'm pretty close to having enough shards to be able to do that with her. And, yeah, there he is. What a beaut. So, great base stats. He's got the highest base HP of any hero on the surface. He also has this passive ability, which buffs the HP of all Earth heroes that are on the team with him. So this is really great for blitz teams, but also good for a arena team, like if you have Misty, or if you're running Groovine for whatever reason. That buff right there helps not only himself, but other Earth heroes. So that's going to be pretty substantial. And his multi-hit, this attack right here, his 2-star ability, that one deals area of effect damage, which is one of the reasons why he benefits from having decent area of effect. I personally want him as close to 100% as I can go, but he is a tank first and foremost, so getting his HP to 300% was my primary focus there. Speaking of arena, we can go ahead and come over here. I've got 10 defensive ones today. I haven't done any attacks yet. I cannot take Bandar, but I should be able to handle some of these other players. We'll see how he performs with this new upgrade. Surviving on the front line and dishing out some damage. That's what I'd like to see. So there's damage. He did 53 million damage, so that must have been mainly to that enemy Atlantis. No, only 5.8 to him. Kind of surprising, but okay. Yeah, you can see there's a pretty decent spread in terms of damage taken there. And no HP recovered. So yeah, I'd say he held his own pretty well. I don't think I could take Adam. He's got a strong Aqua backing up that Atlantis of his. We'll go ahead and try it, but I don't believe I can beat him. It is Brawler, or not Brawler, it is Gladiator week, so if I was to ever stand a chance, this is it. You know what? Look at that. How crazy is that? I just beat Adam in Arena. Man, that is crazy. So that's competition Gladiator week. Towards the top, I am currently in Legendary League 2, and if I can take on Adam, it's going to open the door for a whole slew of other people for me to start attacking. Let's see. That's going to be a pretty tough one. Good dark synergy, but if I could take Adam, maybe I can take him too. So here we go. Siegfried's just soaking up the damage, or in terms of dishing out damage, because the type advantage there. So that was definitely Siegfried pulling in the win there. 79, almost 80 million damage, and only taking about 47 million himself. Yeah, that was substantial. Yeah, I really doubt I can take Monkey, but let's find out. Monkey has a very strong Gladiator as well. And there's Gladiator's death. So yeah, can't take Monkey. But can take quite a few other people that I wasn't able to before, so and there's something to be said for that. Yeah, Gladiator took 116 million damage with no HP recovered, because I don't recover HP. 116 million damage. That is substantial. Here's another person I don't believe I can beat. We'll go ahead and try it anyway, just for fun. The Sneaker Base is definitely a formidable opponent. Yep, and that's all she wrote. I did better than I thought I would against him, definitely the longest I've ever lasted. Siegfried actually dished out 50 million. It's not too bad. He took 99 million. Gladiator took 72 million. And this Chaos recovered 55 million. It's crazy. It's Jericho. You guys want to see Jericho? Man, look at that team. That's another team I can't beat, but just for fun, let's go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and spin a little flues after this to get some wins accumulated. I wouldn't normally go up against these teams, but I mean, it's kind of fun for a video, so why not, you know? I have not quite decided where I'm going to focus following this in terms of my magic medals. I'm just going to start saving them up for the time being. I'm likely going to focus on either Misty, Aqua, or Mecha Valken. I really haven't made up my mind yet. And it's kind of a toss-up between them. They've all got really... they bring a lot to the table in different ways. And because of that, I need to give careful consideration to what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be focusing my flues primarily moving forward. Ooh, Elling has the king of gladiators right there with that 7/7. I don't think there's a stronger gladiator in the game, at least not right now. Backed up with a 5-star Misty, that 7-star Wolfie to boost damage further. Oh man. I really do not think that I can take Elling, but I'm very... You know what? It's Barbarian Week. We both deserve our time to shine. Elling has some of the beefiest tanks in all of Crush Them All. That Chaos is nothing to sneer at either. Elling has definitely put a huge investment into their heroes, and as far as I'm aware, I've never won against Elling, and Elling has never lost against me, so I should lose here. Man, look at that Gladiator. How crazy is that? If I could have gotten through that Siegfried, or not that Siegfried, through Elling's Chaos, I may have stood a chance here, but I wasn't able to do it. You can see my Monkey King sitting there trying to keep them stunned, but not quite enough. I dealt 123 million damage with Siegfried. That's how beefy his Chaos is. Look at that, 252 million damage by Chaos there. My Siegfried taking 127 million. No HP recovered. Elling, you really do have something else with that Gladiator. So yeah, I mean, Gladiator is a beast, and I love seeing it work. Because when it works great. So what I'm going to be focusing on now are these two in the back. Dark Hunter and Sorrow. I'm wanting to get a good back line now that I've got a very strong front line, especially now that I have my Gladiator to 7 stars. I feel like that's going to be pretty pivotal to how my gameplay is going to be advancing from here. So that's why I'm focusing my shards on Sorrow, so that I can get her just a little bit higher in terms of DPS. I'm also going to start working on getting her to the level 9 weapon. She only has a level 6 weapon right now, and I really would like... Oh man, do you think I could get a second win against Adam? Slightly lower buff, so we'll see, but his Leaf Blade walked right into my Furiosa, yep. So let's see if I can do it, guys. They have to tank quite a bit to be able to get through all this, but without anyone backing them up, I doubt that I'm going to survive this one. The Battle of the Barbarians, and yeah, this time I lost, but man, that was crazy that I beat him that first time. I don't think I've ever beat him before. I think it just comes down to a little bit of luck regarding the spawn order when those heroes come out from my crystal. And probably the faster that Sorrow pops out, the faster she can start knocking them. Okay, yeah, some of the biggest players in the game. Richie, Sneaker Base, and Paso. I'm gonna just go ahead, may as well, since I haven't done a battle against him, and see. Of course, Furiosa Frenzied, keeping me right by my crystal, not where I wanted to be, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. I'm getting some substantial heal going on his Siegfried. I doubt I'm going to be able to get through that. I don't know. If I do, though, that might be the win for me. It's going to come close. He's going to heal again a little bit more. Oh! Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I got that win. That is a big win for me. Okay. That was heavy on Siegfried, but man, Gladiator tanked so much there and did not die. 21 million recovered. Not as much as I was expecting. I was expecting it to be closer to 40 or 50. So, went a little more in my favor than it could have. Odentuck has one of the strongest Sorrows in the game. I used to be in Phoenix Knights with Odentuck. I'm now in Doge Mountain, so I'm in DGM for anyone that's been looking for me. That's where you can find me. And I like it quite a bit. We've been doing Guild Wars. We're one of the guilds that's on the front line for beta for that. I was one of the beta testers prior to that, actually over in the beta guild. Where am I at? Oh, I'll have to flues more in order to get the promotion here, but I really want it. This is Barbarian Week. This is my week after all. All the work that I've done, I feel like I should definitely get my Barbarian up to League 3 for Legendary. And I really wanted to go up against Sunbeam. I wanted to see how Gladiator fares against these strong water heroes in the front line. And there go the water, thanks to Gladiator. That type advantage. And, yep, Sorrow's still alive in the back, popping off shots. It looks like, even with all that recovery, yep, his Siegfried's going to go down. So that's another pretty big win for me. Now, these are some big names in terms of PvP, anyway. I'm getting quite a few critical hits in there, which definitely helps. Oh man, look at that. Another big one. 100 million damage from Siegfried, 50 million from Gladiator, 37 million from Sorrow. Those are huge numbers right there. Siegfried at 98 million on his side, so dealing almost as much as mine did. My Gladiator took 90 million damage. His Siegfried took 130 million, with only 8 million recovered HP. That's surprisingly low. I honestly expected it higher than that. He just has substantial defense, I guess, stacked up on that Siegfried, because it took a while to eat him down. We already know I can't take Elling, so we'll go ahead and take a knock at Cam over here. I would like to take a moment to go ahead and thank King Richard. Richard made the thumbnail art for this video, so that's who you can thank for the thumbnail. I like getting thumbnails from him. The other user who does thumbnails is actually my brother. His username is Old Wizard. He doesn't speak on the Discord community very often, but if you do see him, make sure you say hi. He's nice, just shy. I don't think I can get a win against any three of these opponents, but this was the one that looked like probably stood the best chance against. And I was hoping that I would cut through that back line as quick as I could. I was actually hoping his Sorrow would fall within the range, but it looks like I'll be able to get through his Siegfried fast enough that it doesn't matter if I can just get a few more hits in there. Because look who is tanking all of that. Gladiator. Gladiator on the front line, taking all the hits like a beast. Still dealt 66 million damage, taking 112 million. Man, that is insane. Gladiator was well worth the investment. He is tanking like a boss, helping me get wins against people that I did not expect to get wins against. I'm going to go ahead and try Bloppy now. Whoa! Yeah, that was all Siegfried. You saw the damage spike there from that one. But Siegfried is starting to drop, and we'll see how good Gladiator is. He's got to survive and kill both one of the strongest Thors and Siegfrieds in the game. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to survive long enough, even with Sorrow backing him up. And it doesn't look like... Yep, I wasn't able to get the win. It was close, though. That was a very close one. You can see decent spread, around 60 million for my heroes. And I took over 2 million damage between Siegfried and Gladiator. No HP recovered. Those were huge numbers, you guys. Huge. Nyx! Alright. Going up against Nyx. Not as familiar with Nyx, but Nyx sports a very strong light synergy team, which is going to give a lot to these two heroes that are still alive up here, Spike and Thor. So I'm getting some serious lag there. Most of those heroes were there to buff these two heroes, so that's going to be pretty substantial. I have no idea why I'm getting this much lag right now. Hopefully that stops, because I only have one more ticket to spin. I've already got enough for my promotion. Come on. Almost through that Thor. Thor is done. Spike will drop faster now. Spike is down. Everyone else just follows suit and got the win against Nyx. And so you can see, Gladiator is still dishing out quite a bit of damage, but he is there to take the hits, taking another 50 million damage in that battle. Let's see, may as well just do somebody different, so we'll go ahead and take a shot at Red Sheep here. Siegfried, Thor, Atlantis, your normal motley crew on the back line. Of course, I've got heroes that I'm only bringing in for buffs as well. I've got Scud and Onyx. They're both in here for their global damage buff that they're offering to my other heroes. So they help me deal the damage needed so that I can pull off the wins. Now we're just down... That enemy Monkey King is keeping me pretty busy. Oh no. Oh no. No, don't hit my own crystal. Oh man. So his Cersei just possessed my Gladiator into taking out my own crystal. after his Thor teleported away and went straight for the crystal. So that happens sometimes. But there we go. Some pretty big wins. Pretty substantial gain from evolving Gladiator. That also pushed me. I was at 8,270,454. I'm now at 8,529,759, which means that just evolving Gladiator increased me by 259,305 power. That's a substantial boost to my hero power, and if we come in here and sort by power, you can see 518,000 from Gladiator alone. That makes him my second strongest hero. It was a huge investment focusing my magic metals on him. The heroes that I'd be looking at this point, I am really wanting to focus on Atlantis because he has the stun ability and anti-stun, which is huge, which would help him not get stun locked like you just witnessed my other frontline heroes being. It would take quite a bit of work to get him to that point, since I need another 1,500 medals for him. I would also need to awaken him at least one more time, so that'd be another 10,000 in those resources, so that'd be quite a bit of shards. But if I do that, and I get him to 7-6, getting Parato up to 7 stars would help me quite a bit, because he buffs the attack there, and I would also want to focus on Aqua, who's only 4 stars for me, but she buffs water heroes attack per second, which would help increase damage at that point almost exponentially. She also has pushback, which is pretty substantial. So it really all pivots on whether or not I can get Atlantis developed in a timely fashion. If I can't, then focusing on some of my other heroes, spreading my ability out a little bit more evenly would be really beneficial, and I could do that with like focusing on a hero like Misty. I mentioned her earlier. She does the attack buff for Earth, but she also deals poison damage and splash damage in an area of effect. So she'd be able to bring in quite a bit of cover, kind of fitting the role that Scud does, except she's focused on poison and buffing Earth heroes, whereas Scud buffs all heroes. So a little bit of a difference there. I will let you guys know what I decide to do once I get to that crossroad to where I'm actually making that investment. And that's all I've got for today's video. I know this was a little more long-winded than most, but I do appreciate you sticking through to the end. Once again, I want to thank Richard for making the thumbnail for today's video. I'd like to thank all of you for your continued support, and I would like to remind you, I am going to be doing the Ask Me Anything, so type AMA and type a question. I'll go through and pick some of those and include them in a later video. And that's all I've got, guys. Thanks for watching.